Hey guys, welcome back to Whispers of a Machine. In the last episode, we infiltrated the Church of Epos, and now we are here. We had some trouble getting here because we were at the entrance and we went for some mimicry. And yeah, I couldn't really figure out how to get into this vent shaft, but we finally managed to do it. And now we're here, we listened to a little conversation. Apparently, the Church of Epos is not behind the murders, but they are still very shady and political, Machiavellic kind of people. So we don't have any scruples in investigating further without them knowing. So let's just get into this.
I don't think it's safe to go back that way.
Alright.
I don't think it's safe to go back. I don't think it... Administrative paperwork.
Okay, let's go for the smart scan first. Just to be sure. Nothing of interest, nothing of interest, nothing of interest, nothing of interest. We had the smart scan already. Okay, so we're gonna go back to mimicry here.
Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here.
Okay.
Wow.
So that means that we are supposed to go to the exit room?
Welcome, visitor. You can drop the smoke and mirrors routine, miss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. While you may fool my younger cohorts, this old man has had dealings with your kind before. Please do me the courtesy of removing that mask. Thank you. Much better circumstances for a civil conversation, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. I was half expecting you to yell for the guards.
Luckily, I am a man who defies expectations. Special Agent, Violent Crimes Central Bureau.
Oh, it's you again. The man from the train.
True!
Indeed. I never forget a face, but I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
Ah, I am Vilgut. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cause any trouble. Just trying to do my job.
Why would you cause trouble? That sounds quite unnecessary.
Well, if, let's say, you were sheltering a murderer, I would have no choice.
Good thing there are no murderers here, then, for all parties involved.
Yeah. I overheard what you said to that priest. It's clear to me that you had nothing to do with the killings.
That's a relief. With that unpleasantry taken care of, perhaps I can be of assistance.
Hopefully. Let's talk. Let's talk, old man. That was the guy from the beginning in the train. Okay, so let's just talk.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me. That Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that. Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
What do you think about their teachings, then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The Conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws. The false God they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
Okay, that sounds dangerous. Let's talk about Leonard's murder.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No. He was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He'd did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
Interesting. I forgot to connect the biometric analyzer again, by the way. Whatever. Let's go.
This church, EPOS, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church. We believe in the one true God and his only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from other Christians?
Two things. The reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspire to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshipping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
Okay. Sounds a little shady, though.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently was The Kingdom of God is Within You. In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
Would you be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Got it. Thanks.
Sounds like a cool book, though. Okay, let's talk further about people.
What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
Okay.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded. I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
Okay.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
Cunning woman, that one. And she's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together. Goes without saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly. But alas, a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the Grim Reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor for the sake of my health.
Okay.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
Oh, okay. That is kind of unraveling.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf.
Aha!
Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
Aha! Interesting.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
Okay, so let's
No,
talk
I
about...
don't-
Yeah.
I see. He
Oops.
passed away.
Yes.
My condolences. I'll pray for his soul.
Okay, so he was the first person she showed the photo to. Interesting.
I don't need to show him that. Do you recognize this woman?
I do. That's one of the teachers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much sums up what I know about her.
I don't think he'd be interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know his opinion on that.
Okay, what about the note,
I'll
though?
keep it to myself. I don't want the church to know too much about the case.
Okay. What about the book?
Recognize this?
I do. Read it even many years ago.
Know thy enemy?
Something like that.
Okay, so we showed him everything, huh? So I guess we'll just quit.
That's all, for now.
Understood.
Sorry, guys.
Here, if you have more inquiries.
Hmm. So he will be here. That's good to know. That means we can just exit?
Oh, the passage led back here. Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way.
Ah, okay. So we can go to Epos Library from here. And the mural keeps growing. Let's have a look at that. We're gonna go to the recycling center and check out the books.
Looks like I was right about the flowers.
Okay. So let's check out the books here.
There it is, the book from the library. Got it. The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure. A number of
Okay.
pages are marked in the margins. Likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on.
Yeah.
Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
So we're gonna go to Rolf, who is the gardener in Northtown. There he is, so let's talk to him.
Hello, Rolf.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
Alright, this time I didn't forget the biometric analyzer. So let's talk about everything
What
with
do you
him.
know about the murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an electrician, right?
That's not... Never mind. I'm sorry, Rolf, but I have to ask you about your brother's death.
I know, and I wish I had something to give you, but I don't know what happened.
So you have no idea who'd want to kill Leonard?
It's gotta be the nutjob who killed those other people, right?
It's possible, but far from certain. When was the last time you talked to your brother?
A week and a half ago, or so.
Okay. How did he seem? What did you two discuss?
He was his usual self, but what we talked about is private.
Look, every little detail matters. What he said could be the key to finding his killer.
I'm not gonna betray his trust. If you want to arrest me, go ahead. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Do you know anything about Epos?
What can you tell me about the Church of Epos? I know for a fact that your brother was a member.
So? That's not a crime.
Come on, Rolf, work with me. Don't you want me to catch your brother's killer?
Yes, he was a member. But I'm not. I spent 10 years trying to get him out of that place.
Why would you do that?
Because he changed. He became this sullen, slow, serious, fucking block of a person. He used to be so full of life, you know? I know he died just yesterday, but the Leonard I grew up with, he's been dead for a long time.
I understand, Rolf. Thanks for sharing.
Let's talk about the book. Or do we wanna? I wanna talk about other stuff first.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair, unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
Okay.
What do you think of Stina Ruth?
I have no idea who that is.
Uh-huh.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
I'm trying to stay far away from that wisecracking quack.
Quack?
You heard me. All I need in terms of medicine, I find in herbs and plants.
And Dr. Pearson doesn't take kindly to that?
He should mind his own business is all.
What do you think about Walter?
What do you think of Walter?
He's kind of a loon, isn't he? And coming from me, that's saying a lot.
Okay.
What kind of relationship did you have with your brother?
The sibling kind. We weren't enemies, if that's what you're asking. The rest is really none of your business.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rolf?
I'm not in the mood for small talk. Ask your questions so I can get back to work.
Let's show him the gun.
No reason to show him my sidearm.
Oh, okay, unfortunate.
No, that's...
Yeah, that was...
I don't want to...
Yeah, what about
What
the
do you know
book?
about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener?
That's not...
Okay.
Do you know who this is?
Sure. It's that teacher, Melinda, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I know about her.
Do you know anything about the
I don't need to
tapes?
show him that. I
This
don't
one?
think he'd be interested in that. I should keep this to myself.
Okay. We could also just show Leonard's book instead of talking about it.
No, I don't want to tip him off before I figured out the exact quote. I should keep this to myself, or he might figure out that I'm not the person Leonard wanted to have the evidence.
Uh-huh, okay, so we can't...
I should keep the... That's it, for now.
Good.
So, what about giving him amnesia?
I don't need to make him forget anything. I don't see what I have to gain by disguising myself as her in this place.
Huh, okay, so how are we supposed...
The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks... A number of pages are marked in the margins. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
So, maybe we just want to go to the canteen and talk to the worker instead of Rolf.
Can you answer a few more questions?
I suppose.
So, tell me what you...
We already...
Okay, we could talk about the book quote.
Do you know Rolf, the plant master?
Sure, he brings our gardening waste to the recycling center every week. He's kind of an asshole, though. Always seems to be trying to rip you off.
Okay, he doesn't like him.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Yeah? What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry, might recognize it if I saw it.
Alright, so let's show him
Have
the
a
book.
look at these marked pages. Does anything remind you of things Leonard used to say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem.
Sole meaning of life. Okay. So we got that.
I'll let you get back to your drink.
Okay, good.
So let's go back to Town Square. And head back to church. Now we can talk to the old man again.
I have a few more questions, Vilgut.
I'm listening.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I respectfully disagree. The sole meaning of life is to serve God. Humanity comes second.
So he does disagree here. Interesting.
That's all, for now.
Understood. I'll be here if you have more inquiries.
Okay, so what are we supposed to do with this quote, though? Can we enter the
Maybe
cafe?
later.
Okay.
I don't want to disturb him more.
Alright, so let's head back then. And let's talk to Rolf once more since we're here. Maybe he has something to say about that
Hey,
quote.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You know, you're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Shit! That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back. Here, now go bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best.
Alright.
Got rid of the note. No need to hold on to that.
So what's in the unopened package?
Let's see here. There was an audio tape and a few documents inside.
So we can listen to the tape in the museum, but first
These
of
look
all...
like surveillance reports. It seems that Leonard was investigating Carl, Katerina, and Maya.
Oh.
The museum, the junk heap, and the apartment at Mimir Road are all mentioned as locations of interest. Leonard must have followed them around town and documented their activities.
Oh.
There's not much new to me in here, but there's mention of multiple tape recordings. Maybe they can offer some other clue to the killer. I need to figure out some way to play that tape.
But we do have a way to do that. And we're gonna do that immediately in the museum. Hopefully I don't have to open... Okay. Oh, I thought maybe we had to go through all of this again. Okay. So let's play the tape.
This tape is in pretty bad shape, but I might be able to do something with this machine here. Alright, looks like the machine has analyzed the tape. Maybe I can reduce some or all of this noise.
Oh, okay. How are we supposed to...
I shouldn't do that before I filtered out all the noise.
How are we supposed to do that, though? So maybe if we go like this? Noise pattern successfully filtered. Okay, so we're just gonna go with...
I shouldn't do that before I filtered out all the noise.
We have to filter out all the noise. Like this, maybe? No noise sources within the section. What if we do this? Oh, this is a little tedious, to be honest. Oh! Amplification complete? What happened now?
Name's Carl. Baby, I can't wait to be
Oh, okay, now we're able to do things here? Okay, so let's listen to it.
I can't shake the feeling that someone is onto us.
We've been careful. You're imagining things, Carl.
Baby, I can't wait to be done with all of this and just go be a family.
Me either, my love. Me either. Did you get the package?
Yes, had a look inside. CPUs, neural cores, major third-degree violations.
I don't like it any more than you do, but it will keep Maya off our backs for a while.
Fuck, Mel, it's too hot. Terrorist classified hot. By definition, we're terrorists now.
Don't be dramatic. We'll keep our heads down, let Maya have her fun, then eject from this whole mess.
Things used to be so simple around here.
Okay.
Interesting. If only I knew where it was recorded.
I know where it was recorded because there was a chime. And I know where the chime is. It's at, I always say Melinda, but it's actually Katarina. So we're gonna go to the junk heap. Hello? Move, lady, move. Go in there.
Oh, you're back.
Sure am.
Wait a second.
Okay, bye.
I thought the chime was here. Maybe it's not? So it's in the apartment then. I'm pretty sure that it should have been somewhere here. Okay, so go back to Mimir Road, and then up to the apartment hallway, into the apartment. Huh, we did have a chime somewhere. Where was that chime? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Now I remember. It was at Walter's. It was at Walter's, wasn't it? Should be. There was a chime. I'm pretty sure there was a chime somewhere. There we are. Where's that tape though?
Oh, those must be the chimes I heard on Leonard's tape. That means Carl and Katarina were here when they were recorded. I should have a look around.
Okay, so let's have a look around then.
I wonder. There's something taped here under the bench.
Ooh.
A tape recorder. This must be what Leonard used to record Carl and Katarina. There's still a tape inside.
Ooh.
Crap, looks like the recorder is busted. I'll just ditch it and keep the tape.
So it's another tape. So we're gonna go to the museum and listen to that one immediately as well, of course. Okay, let's go.
Let me worry about Carl. I'll find a way to make him see the value of our cause.
He's a liability, Katarina. It's only a matter of time before he figures out our true plans for the vessel.
Maya, just don't call our child that.
What? Vessel? But that's exactly what it is. A vessel for Holdra. Don't get emotionally attached. We must put our own selfish desires aside. How many children can she not save? How much suffering can she not end?
I know, Master, it's just hard. What if something went wrong? What if this is all for nothing?
You need to have faith, sister. Ever since I was little, I have sung to the tune of these machines. Now, is your wrist implant working as expected?
I think so. Doesn't itch anymore, at least.
I'll run a diagnostic later. I also put in a little surprise.
Let me guess. A bomb?
Is that sarcasm? It doesn't befit you. No, a fake biometric signature.
Oh. For the city trench coats? Why would one of them ever come to Nordsund?
It's just precaution. We won't remain here forever. I haven't gotten us this far by avoiding contingencies, have I?
I suppose not.
Katerina played me good. She is one of them. I must go and confront her.
Ooh, okay. So it's time to confront Katerina, I guess. So let's go. Go closer by going with the district and the junk heap and through the fridge. And I'm really sorry guys, but before we go any further, we have reached the half-hour mark. If you want to know what happens when we confront Katarina, you'll have to tune in next time for Whispers of a Machine. See you then.